It is a brand new week, and what better way to start the week than with Smell the Coffee, keeping you entertained with some laughs and, of course, some bizarre news. You're joined by Diana Master and Aina Raiza-Kweyo this beautiful Monday morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
How was the weekend?
The weekend was, it was amazing, actually.
Yeah, wow, what happened?
It was fantastic. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's like
I love that. And that's
weekend.
why it was so amazing.
That's why it was so amazing.
So
I'm an introvert. So being at home in my own space, doing things that I actually like doing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, 10 out of 10.
I was just saying to a friend of mine that I'm so tired of attending events. Like day after day, time after time, it's an event, it's an event, it's an event.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
It's tiring.
Like the moment
it's
I
giving
get
rich people problems. I'm so tired of attending events.
No, bruh, like, yes, this is the life we prayed for and whatever, but like, at what
it gets
cost,
exhausting,
bruh? It's so exhausting. I understand why, like, all these big celebrities, they bonang them, they don't leave their house.
Yeah,
like they don't go to
need
the
that
shop.
time to recharge.
Yeah.
To just rest, because people don't realize this, but going out actually drains you. It takes a lot out of you. Just your social battery. Every time I say I'm going out, 2 hours in, I'm like, okay, now I want to go home.
I actually, my lifespan at an event is like 30 minutes.
And then you're done.
And I'm done. Like everything after 30 minutes becomes so boring.
Oh, shame.
Sometimes that's why I'd rather be late for an event. I understand it's rude, because if I'm there earlier, and
they take long to start,
I'll be done and I'll probably leave. Because some events they'll say come at 7:30, and then you are there 7:30. Let's say you are there 7:20, because it's
you want to be punctual.
Initially it starts at 7:30 and then it doesn't start, and then they say, oh, okay, we are just waiting for everyone to come, so we are gonna start at 8. By the time it's 8, like I'm already out of it. I can't concentrate anymore. I'm already irritated.
But I like that you brought that up, because I've realized, especially with events, right? Usually, this is what happens. It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
So the hosts or the organizers say we're starting at 7:30, right? Diana at her house, Aina at her house, they're like, there's no way it's going to start at 7:30.
Definitely.
You know? And then so we show up 7:40. But these organizers actually had everything in place to start at 7:30. But then obviously they can't start with 2 people in the audience. So now they have to wait for the audience to come and for the venue to fill up, which is a vicious cycle, because they wanted to start on time, but then we were late. So now this also influences the next event, because it's like, but you see that other event, they said they would start at 7:30, but they never did. So we're going to be late for the next one, which is just, it's a vicious cycle. I, for one, am someone who struggles being on time. It's not because I do it on purpose. I don't know. Somewhere along the lines, the wires get crossed.
The event is at 7. You wake up at 3 a.m. and you're preparing and preparing just for you to be late.
And it's like, every time my sister is always like, I don't understand how you get so late, because I start preparing maybe 2 hours before. You're like, today, I'm going to be on time.
It definitely happens.
And then the one time I was on time, no one was there. I'm like,
I understand, but I don't know. Like, I understand it happens. I don't know how it happens.
The wires just get crossed somewhere. So please do bear with us. It's not like we don't want to.
It's not on purpose.
It's not on purpose. It's
not
like we want to do this to you, but like life just happens. That time your yang goes 20 minutes away, and it's just bear with us, okay? We do try our best to be on time.
Yeah.
So I think also just events must start being strict.
Yes.
To say, if we say we're starting,
I was actually shocked. I was invited to an event. When was this? I think a couple of weeks ago. And then they said the event is starting at exactly 6 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., I was still at home. Then I texted a friend who was already at the event. I said, yo, did they start? And he's like, no, they didn't start yet. And I get there at like 6:20. When I get there, the people are already done. Yeah, like, so I only went for the food, because when I walked in,
everyone is done.
Everyone is done.
They're
the
already
pictures are
doing
done.
the appetizers.
It's like appetizers now. It's just chill session, meet and greet type of vibes.
Yeah, but I think let's normalize that. Let's normalize that. If we have 2 people in the audience, it's fine. We'll start with those 2.
And to my surprise, there were more people who showed up after me when the food was already done, actually.
Because people have that thing of the event is obviously going to start late.
Yeah.
We have this mentality and we need to get rid of that. If you're told 6, start at 6.
Yeah.
You people that are organizing the event, fine, just start at 6 so that for the next time, people will be like, yeah, no, I always start at things on time.
Yes.
So we have to be on time. But anyway, we do have interesting stories for you as per usual. But first, we'll take a quick ad break and get into that when we come back.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@inmh.com.na.
We start off with some news that you've probably already heard, but if you haven't, Disney star arrested at theme park over domestic incident. Disney Channel star Sky Jackson was arrested after reports of a domestic incident at a U.S. theme park. The 22-year-old actress is best known for playing Zuri Ross in the sitcom Jessie, which ran from 2011 to 2015. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department confirmed she was arrested for spousal battery at Universal Studios in Hollywood. Police responded to Universal after security personnel on site detained Jackson, the spokesperson says. Deputies investigating the incident reviewed surveillance footage which they allege captured Jackson pushing the victim. There were no weapons involved nor any identifiable injuries, the Sheriff's Department says. Jackson was taken to the West Hollywood Sheriff's Station and released hours later. Sky Jackson's representatives have been contacted for comment. The investigation is ongoing and they will be sent to the Van Nuys Superior Courthouse for filing, they added.
Oh, wait, what?
So she is just another one of child stars to have a criminal record, I guess.
What did she do domestically?
Apparently she was in a fight with her boyfriend, so the video was shown her pushing
him.
Oh. Yes. And then, and then when the police came, she was like, no, my boyfriend and I are actually in love with each other. There was nothing. It was just a little quarrel. I'm actually pregnant and expecting his baby.
Okay, and so does that say you can that does that
angles?
Okay, does that
justify
give you the right to push him?
Exactly.
No, it doesn't.
Because that's what we were saying last week, that domestic violence is domestic violence. It's just how it is. If a wife beats her husband, that's domestic abuse. If a husband beats his wife, that's domestic violence. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But nonetheless, let's move on to talk about TreadWise, darling.
No. You need to do it properly. Moving on. We're talking about
moving on to our next story. We are talking about Nara Smith.
We're going to get cancelled.
All right, so in other news, Nara Smith, responds to accusations that she is on Ozempic. She responded to claims that she is on Ozempic after fans accused her of using the weight loss drug in her latest viral TreadWise video. The 22-year-old model shares 3 children with her husband Lucky Blue Smith, who's 26, daughter Rumble 3, Wemsey, and 4-month son Slim 2, who is 2. She posts TikToks that plays into the TreadWise trend, wiping up complicated meals for her family while decked out in extravagant high-glam fashion outfits. In a new clip, she wore a skin-tight black dress that highlighted her astonishingly slender frames as she prepares homemade potato chips. Viewers wondered if she was on Ozempic, the diabetes medication that has become a runway for Hollywood people to slim down down, and now she has issued a response. She said, "Girl, please stop them Ozempic. You don't need it," wrote a commentator, to which she reported, "Let's stop accusing people of taking Ozempic," with an heart emoji. So the girl is not on Ozempic. Maybe she can tell us how she lost so much weight.
Was she big
She was
before?
not big, but you know, this pregnancy weight. Because she was just pregnant now,
And then
but now she looks.
guys,
That's where the
good
accusations are
Good
coming
genes,
from.
I
Yeah,
guess.
but also there are people who don't gain any weight.
There are people. Do you know when I was pregnant?
Yeah.
I actually lost a lot of weight. My
Yeah.
pregnancy worked in reverse to a point where people were accusing me of trying to abort. They're like, "Yeah, it was an abortion gone wrong. That's why she became so skinny." But because of morning sickness, I could not eat anything. So then I actually lost weight. Even 2 days after I gave birth, my stomach was flat. Like I never gave birth.
Well.
That's just how, like,
Yeah.
even I'm there like, "Yeah, okay, that's nice.
I'm
So,
giving.
I'm giving. I was like, "Okay, I'm giving."
Not only am I giving a baby,
But
I
even
am
my
also
body.
giving body.
Everyone would ask me, they'd be like, to a point where people wouldn't even want to ask me, like, about the baby. Because
Yeah.
it's like, what if she lost the baby? And then,
yeah.
because that's just how my body worked. My body
Yeah.
worked in reverse. So maybe she's one of those people.
Yeah, different bodies.
Different
I
bodies,
think,
different genes.
results.
Yeah, because also with pregnancy, you never know. Someone can gain, someone can lose.
But also in this day and age of Ozempic,
You also never know.
you also never know. And it's not only Ozempic, people are also taking these weight loss injections. But also, maybe, I don't know.
I was about to say, what if she's not on Ozempic, but she made Ozempic from scratch?
Maybe she made Ozempic from
Who
scratch.
knows, guys? She could have made Ozempic from scratch.
She must come and say how I made Ozempic,
How I made Ozempic
from scratch.
Nara, hook us up. Us that don't have money for
That would
Ozempic.
be so great.
Hook us up, Nara, please. Do it for us. Do it for the broke girlies.
But nonetheless, after the short commercial break, I have a fantastic conversation with Erasmus. He is the PRO of MTC about the technology summit that is happening at the Ongwediva Trade Fair. The technology you use impresses no one. What attracts people and opportunities is definitely what you use that technology for. Joining us right now on Smell the Coffee is Erasmus Nekundi, PRO of MTC, and we will be talking all things the tech conference happening in Ongwediva. How are you doing?
Good morning, how are you?
I am fantastic. Let's get into our conversation this morning. Tell us about this initiative. Why a tech conference in Ongwediva? Have you had one in Windhoek, in Grobabes? Why are you going to Ongwediva?
Yeah, see, MTC has been the partner of the Ongwediva Trade Fair for, I think, over 15 years now. And we then thought this time around, what other value element can we give in terms of our participation in the trade fair? And then that's now where we thought, instead of just us going there and exhibit what we have, why don't we also add an element where we bring about a tech conference as part of the Ongwediva Trade Fair? We have also noticed that over the years, arguably, I can be corrected, you hardly have conferences of this nature in the north.
Yeah.
So we thought, while we are participating at the Ongwediva Trade Fair, we can also add this element to add value to the fair and also bring a conference that speaks about technology in the north. So that's the idea. That's how the idea came about of taking the conference to Ongwediva Trade Fair.
All right, and seeing that the Ongwediva Trade Fair attracts people of all ages, who should attend this conference?
Yes, we have invited guests to attend. However, everybody is definitely welcome to follow the conversation on our social media pages, because we are going to live stream it on Facebook and also on our YouTube page. So everybody is welcomed, and of course those that we have invited will also then be in attendance come the day. And speaking of the date, yes, the conference itself is scheduled for the 28th of August at Ongwediva Trade Fair Conference Center, and it's going to start at 9 o'clock.
And that also includes the live streaming platforms.
Definitely.
Are there any plans for it to repeat? Maybe if I am not able to attend the actual conference nor watch it online, then maybe I can catch it at a later stage.
The good thing, they say anything done online. It's always its footprint.
The internet never forgets.
It never forgets. One can always go back and revisit and watch it online.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Erasmus, in your opinion, what are some of the technological challenges that we are facing right now, or rather that MTC is facing, and how can we overcome them?
You see, if I dive into that question right now, I'll be doing the conference injustice, because that is exactly some of the topics that we are going to address. Hence, we have expertise who are going to be speakers at the conference. We are going to touch on a lot of various technological relevant topics. And if I start diving into it, I will be taking away the value from the conference. So I'll rather pack that so that the expertise in the field are going to dissect on some of those topics. And of course, the conference is also going to have a panel discussion, which is really going to dissect the topic on how Namibia's digital transformation and innovation, and how as a country we are ready for the fourth industrial revolution. That's one of the very beautiful and not to miss element of the conference that we're going to have.
Brilliantly said. Now, looking at the digital divide, Erasmus, how best can we harness technology to improve our social welfare? And I'm so glad that MTC is taking this to the north, because some parts of the north, we really have a problem of digital division. So how best can we then, make use of technology to improve our welfare? I
think the answer is very simple, and that lies in bridging the digital divide, as you have just stated. See, you cannot harness technology at your best if people do not have access to it.
Yes.
That means that you then have to take that accessibility to the people, so that people, it doesn't matter whether you're in rural area or you're urban area, but in this specific, most of the people who do not have or that lack that access to, for instance, internet connectivity, are people who are in the periphery areas, the rural areas. So ideally is for you to first address the digital divide. Let the people have access to the internet connectivity. Then they will be able to leverage technology. You see, a phone, if I have a smartphone, a phone already, the device is technology. But if I'm in a rural remote where I do not have 4G, I won't be able to utilize this phone. I won't be able to utilize and leverage the capability of this smartphone, this technology. So it's first to address that access to internet connectivity. And that is what we are doing as MTC, and we are complementing the government's effort, where we are really trying to make sure that we penetrate our footprints in the rural areas by putting up networks, towers. And most of our network towers that we're putting up, we are making sure that they are 4G capable.
Yeah.
Sorry, we do not want the rural area to be served by just 2G, because 2G limits you in terms of internet connectivity. Most of our sites, as a matter of fact, we have a project called the MTC 081 Everyone, and the drive of that project is really to make sure that we increase our footprint, network connectivity, make sure that we put up all the network towers the way it's necessary, where there is lack of connectivity. And over the past 5 years, we have over 300 sites that we have actually put up, and mostly 70% of those sites were concentrated in remote areas. And the idea is really just to bridge the digital divide and make sure that those that are living in the rural area also get to benefit the quality and the magic of having super internet connectivity.
Okay. And seeing that, you know, MTC is a telecommunication company, apart from, you know, just having or hosting a conference at Trade Fair, what other initiatives does MTC have in place, you know, to broaden the conversation of technology?
See, the conversation that is going to be had at the tech conference itself, like I've indicated, we have looked in different expertise within the tech space that are going to bring in discussion and dissect topics that are relevant to the topic of ICT. And another thing that we're going to have at the conference, that we're going to have, for instance, NESA, and that is the governing body for electronic gaming in Namibia, who are going to demonstrate and showcase how gaming can also be turned into sport.
Nice.
We're also going to have the expertise in VR, virtual realities, and demonstrate how, for instance, virtual reality is not just a thing of entertainment, but how it can also be incorporated in education, for instance, where you give virtual reality that enhances someone's knowledge and understanding a specific subject, for instance. So we're also going to have Huawei, who is going to demonstrate the power of 5G.
Yeah.
And as a country, I'm glad that we have now uplifted the limitation that was given in terms of adopting 5G.
Yes.
Now we I think a couple of months back, we have officially did the trial of 5G in the country, and this is very promising because 5G is something that really transforms, is a game changer, especially for big enterprises, and how we enhance and improve and make sure that we extend that quality services and products to our customers. So it's going to be a lot of topics and exhibitions and showcasing of very invaluable insights.
Yeah.
We also going to have, for instance, the colleagues from NAST that are going to demonstrate how, for instance, hacking does. How does one get to hack you and all that?
Okay. And finally, can you just run us through the information again? It's 28th of August. What time? Ongwediva Trade Fair. I forgot the time. Maybe if somebody also missed it.
We're going to have it on the 28th of August, the Ongwediva Trade Fair Conference Center, and it's going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. And of course, we have a very nice, interesting program starting from 9 o'clock and to run until, I think, 4 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. And we really ask our people to tune in and make sure that they don't miss this very insightful conference. Because you see, in most cases, and I'm not afraid to state it out, especially our generation. These are some of the conferences that are very insightful.
Yes.
And oftentimes we tend to tune into TikToks and ignore a live feed of an event of this nature, which is really going to be enhance your knowledge. And technologies and ICT is something that we cannot shy away from. We ought to equip ourselves with relevant knowledge when it comes to the subject of ICT, because ICT and technology is something that it's not, it's part of our life.
Yes, it's part of our life.
You understand? So we urge that on the day we have enough data to tune in and make sure that we watch the live proceeding of the conference.
Yeah, I think MTC should also do a TikTok for the event, so to reach more messages.
I'm glad you said that, because we're definitely going to do that, and I must also thank MyZone, who is our media partner, And collectively, we are going to make sure that all elements like that, TikTok challenges and whatnot, and anything that needs to be done in that regard is sorted.
All right, and
Yes.
I think it's also a good opportunity for networking, especially for young people. So if you are not busy on the 28th of August, please do make your way to Ongwediva Trade Fair, and you can attend the MTC Tech Conference. And on that note, Erasmus, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure having this conversation.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back shortly.
And that's it for today's episode from your favorite girls. We do hope you have yourselves a lovely Monday.
Until tomorrow, ciao.